Without wasting time tonight, I'm talking on a subject titled Jeremiah's Prayer. You know, many of us have read the Bible on many occasions. We've been to so many places. But there are some certain things, spiritual things, that we don't understand. Most of the battles that you are facing today, the prophet of old, they also face those battles. Even we, the prophet of this generation also, we also face those battles. What did we do to overcome such a problem? In the time of Jeremiah, you know, Jeremiah was captured as one of the captives of war. And he was taken to Babylon. He saw hell. He was tormented to the last point of his life. There was a time that his 2 legs were chained and 2 hands were chained, and they put also chain on his neck. I cannot say whether it's a chain or they built something, but they put only the head there. So if you want to drink water, they come and put water in his mouth. If you want to eat, somebody come to put food in his mouth. At times, you must be very, very careful about life. And you must be very, very close to God. You must understand spiritual things more than physical things. If you don't understand spiritual things, that's why many people, you said you saw them yesterday, but they are no more. It's because they have already finished them in the spirit realm. But in this last day, you know, many Christians, many preachers, they focus more on the physical, which is the surface side. But we don't dive deep. The word is so deep that if God open your eyes and you see things in the realm of the spirit, you'll be so much scared. There was a time the problem was so much for Jeremiah. And God taught him what to do. And the Lord said he should pray some certain prayer points. And the prayers that God gave him, the Lord gave him, he should pray in 4 dimensions. And those prayer points are 4 prayer points. We shall also pray that prayer point, but you may be scared a little bit. But it's not coming from me, it's coming from the Bible. And the Bible, I'm not the one who wrote the Bible, the Holy Spirit wrote the Bible. And one thing I like about the Bible is that all what you are reading in the Bible, all those things are from Africa. They got the knowledge from Africa. You know, when they were living in the land of bondage, which was the land of Egypt, for 430 years, on their way going in the wilderness, the Lord gave them a commandment. Why did the Lord give them commandments? Because they have so much been polluted. They have entangled themselves with all kinds of the doctrines of the Egyptians. And if God did not put some certain things into their midst to guide them, the job would be so much difficult for Moses to take them to the promised land. Unfortunately, he saw the promised land, but he did not enter the promised land because of the difficulty the people gave him, because of the attitude and the culture that the people have imbibed from the Egyptians. Egyptians are different people that has different types of cultures. And the Lord took them there to, you know, I keep telling you, the Bible is like the Nollywood film you are watching. God decided to act a film, and he decided to use a particular nation, the Israelites, to be the character. That was the Bible. So he took them to Egypt to learn some certain things. They saw so many diabolic things. I don't think one of us here or any of us here have made a research to see maybe Egyptian cats before. If you have seen it, raise up your hand. Egyptian cats look so horrible, look so fearful, very wide, and wail. When you set your eyes on the Egyptian cat, you run. And Egyptians are deep in witchcraft. And that's why the first time you hear witchcraft was in the book of Exodus. God said, suffer no witch to live. Now let's look at Jeremiah, because his forefathers, they have lived in Egypt, and also at the time they were taken as the captives to the city, to the country called Babylon. Babylon in the olden days is the place we call Iraq, Kuwait, Iran today. And that's where Nebuchadnezzar came from, that he called himself the greatest king that has ever lived. And God made him to crawl for 7 years in the wilderness. He ate leaf. The Lord made his nail to grow for 7 years. And the Lord proved to him that he's God. Tell your neighbor, God is still on the throne. Maybe they are planning against you. Their plan will be aborted tonight. Because I've never seen anybody in Africa here that they will not plan against. Whether you are good to them or you are not good to them, it's part of African orientation. If some people have never done evil things or they have not carried out wicked things in a month, in a week, it looks as if their body will not be at rest. The Bible, Solomon made us to understand that some people have taken wickedness as if they are doing sports. You know sports? Somebody's running, somebody's playing football, somebody's playing basketball. Some people have seen it as if they are doing sports. Now let's see the prayer that Jeremiah prayed. Maybe some people too, they have gathered against you. They said they wanted to kill you. They've seen what you are going to become. There is no way you live on planet Earth that you will not fight a battle. I say, as long as you are from Africa. If you are not from Africa, I can congratulate you a little bit, because your spiritual DNA will be different from us. All of us that we are from Africa, our spiritual DNA is the same. Somebody that you have not seen, maybe he has heard of your success, is not happy. And he or she wanted something evil to happen to you. Thank God today is prophetic night. I'll prophesy into your life. And that thing that they have said they are going to do will fail woefully. Thank God that some people have started recognizing. I was talking to some people about some nation. But I'm very, very careful, because the Lord warned me. Because a lot of things are going to happen in the millennium, which is about 5 months to come. But before that time, there are so many things that are going to happen. So some people that have not been coming to church, you better tell them to be very close to God. A lot of things will be out of control in so many places between now and December. Whether in America, whether in Europe, whether in Africa. I don't want to say some certain things, because I know some people go outside and start to what you have not said. But one thing I know that my father told me, you get yourself prepared and be more closer to God. For these 5 months to go, anything can happen. At anywhere, at any nation, at any community, which you cannot predict. So you have to be very, very circumspect when you are going out in the morning. Pray very well. I'm not trying to instill fear into you, just trying to open your eyes. Wherever your spirit fail not to go, don't force yourself. If I were you, I use the rest 5 months to seek the face of God. I live a low value life, because mighty things are going to explode next year. Many people seated here, by this time next year will be trillionaire. Some people will be billionaires. Some will be millionaires. At times, when we are talking about glory, you have to differentiate and distinguish all these things. For example, the glory of Joseph is different from the glory of David. But if I ask you, do you want to be like Joseph? Someone says, yes, I want to be like Joseph. But do you pray to pass through what Joseph passed through? Say, no, you will never pass through that. Want to be like David? Someone says, yes. I'd like to be like David because David married the daughter of the king. But that David, can you imagine that he was ordained as a king or anointed as a king when the old king was still alive? Can you imagine that somebody is telling you that that's the person that is coming to overthrow you? that was the main scenario that happens to David. Just like somebody, let's say military rule or military regime, and somebody said that's the man who is coming to take over your position, is coming to gun you down. So God spoke to Samuel, go and anointed David. But the main king is still the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. You know how many years Saul chased David? And David ran from one cave to another cave, from one mountain to another mountain. He prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. At times, you ask yourself questions because you are a motabim. Or is my prayer not answered? Or the church I'm going, or the anointing is not there? No, sir. You get to some certain level in life because what you are aiming at is not those small things you are aiming at when you first of all gave your life to Christ. When you first of all gave your life to Christ, you say, God, I need a shoe. Oh, 5 shoes become 10 shoes become. And God, I needed bags. Oh, 6 bags, 7 bags. Only one skirt I'm praying for. Somebody has given me 20 skirts. Well, you get to a time now you want to say, okay, God, I want to be a president. It looks as if some forces are blocking you. Are you getting what I'm saying? Principalities have unleashed their power against you. You pray, you fast, you run from pillar to post. Your dream life will be bizarre. So many things will happen. These are things that some of the pastors fail to teach many of us. And some people, at times, I feel pity for them. They are born again Christian, they go to church, but they still live in sin. If you want to marry, you get married and hooked to a particular woman or man. But if you want to be doing all kinds of things, you destroy yourself before the millennium. May you not destroy yourself before your blessing. If you are told your amen will be dynamic. So, but in these last days, we don't get that again. People don't even take churches for a serious place anymore. Because of so many fake or quack pastors or prophets and fake people who mimic people with their miracles and everything. But the Bible made us to understand that there are some prayers we can pray. If we pray the way the prophet of old prayed, God will answer. I cannot forget what happened in the time of Samuel. That's why I respected Samuel, though I've never set eyes on him. But he was a prophet that he lived a very wonderful life in his own time. Once in a while, he comes out once in a year. And when people set eyes on him, when he's going to Ramah, you see everybody running helter-skelter. And started saying, is there any good news from the Lord? Is there any good news? I remember in 1 Samuel 7 when he told Saul, wait, I'm coming. And the Philistines were coming to fight. As the Philistines were drawing closer, Saul was so much agitated and was so much apprehensive and afraid. What did he do? He went and he offered sacrifice. Samuel said, why did you do that? That was not your job. As the Philistines were coming, Samuel just saw a lamb, a suckling lamb. He grabbed the suckling lamb and he lifted it up to the Lord. Prophets are different people, and he slaughtered, offered the sacrifice, and the Lord thundered against the Philistines. And Bible said there was a great indignation against the Philistines. Many people died. That's the prophets. Because prophets, you cannot easily kill them. It's impossible. When you plan against them, as long as they are connected, the Lord will reveal the secrets and they will escape. And if you are under the tutelage of a prophet too, that unction will also help you. I know many people here, seated here, they have been tormented, oppressed. You shall see. I believe Jesus Christ also read the Bible. That's why before he took the baton from Elijah and Moses, he also climbed the mountain. You know, there are so many mountains here. May you climb a good one and pray in a good place. People go to the mountain to pray. It's not a sin if it's a good place. Jesus climbed mountain called Mount of Transfiguration, Matthew 17. But let's look at Jeremiah. The prayer. I'm talking on the subject, Jeremiah's prayer. And what that prayer did. I will not be surprised that after this prayer, they call you that something happened. You must be circumspect. Jeremiah chapter 15. Let's see what the Bible says. Is somebody at home? Is somebody learning something? Praise God. And look at what the Bible says. Then said the Lord unto me through Moses. Wow. Jeremiah, Moses appeared to him. And Samuel. He was in a difficult situation. He needed God's help to bring him out. And God sent two mighty prophets to him. Jesus Christ was Moses and Elijah. Well, in the time of Samuel, in the time of Jeremiah, it was Moses and Samuel. And look at what they said to him. Look at it. Then said the Lord unto me, through Moses and Samuel, stood before me. Yet my mind could not be towards these people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. There are some people that they were fighting against the Israelites, and Jeremiah has been ordained as a prophet. He was in their midst. Then look at it. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord. As the word is coming to you tonight, thus saith the Lord. And look at it, what the Bible says. Such as are for death to death. Those who need to die tonight, not you, but those who are against you, they will die. You know, you have been reading the Bible, but you have not come across this one. He said, those who are meant to die, God told Jeremiah, he said, pray that they should die. That God said he will kill them. Such are for death for them. Look at it again. I mean, such are for death to death. And such as for the sword to the sword. The sword of God will locate some of your enemies tonight. So you can see the type of prayer we want to pray tonight. And this is the month of prayer. Different from the prayer. So, you know, at times I laugh. I always laugh because some people, I've been on this podium and I've been preaching for a while, over 2 decades. And some people that have learned under me, they just knew 1 or 2 things and they started saying, oh, I'm a master. I can do it, you know, just to call this prayer points. But in this month of August, you will discover new things. then you discover that the Bible we are reading is very, very deep. Just like one of my daughters, she works in a wonderful institution. One day she just walked to my office. I could not even recognize her. I said, "How are you? What can I do?" I said, "It's me, Daddy." And so I said, "Because the way you dress, I could not recognize you." Then I said, "How is your husband?" Apparently, there was one or two agitation in a matrimonial home. But I wanted her to see the person who was behind our woes. Because at times, not everything the pastor will just tell you, "Oh, that person is the one doing this one, this, that." No. So I just quickly, I said, "Get your pen and take these two scriptures. And when you get home before you sleep and pray, just read and pray and tell God what you need to know the Lord should tell you." Now, apparently, she's a Nigerian. When she was doing her youth service, she met a lady. They were in the same camp. Not knowing that lady did not like her, did some certain diabolic thing against her, pronounced some certain proclamation that she will never enjoy her marriage. She has not even got married then. That she will never get a stable job. These are the things that always affect us in Africa. Some of us seated here, some people saw us when we are young and they knew what we are going to become. And that's why they have gone ahead and they have done some certain things. I stand tonight, whatsoever they have done against you, that thing will be destroyed in Jesus' name. You may comfortably have your seat. You see, that's why you have to understand spiritual things. You are innocent. But somebody had gone maybe 10 years, 20 years, has done some certain thing against you. Why is God speaking to Jeremiah like this? And he was speaking through one of his two mighty prophets. When you are talking about mighty prophet in the Bible, Moses was one of them. Abraham also was one of them. Samuel was one of them. Elijah, Elisha, Isaiah, and the greatest among them, our Lord Jesus Christ. He came purposely for the ransom of mankind, for you to have peace from the hands of the wicked people, for you to escape what they have designed against your life. So I told her, I said, "You just go." To her amazement, she called me the next day in the afternoon. She said, "I had a dream." She said, "I had a dream." I said, "Tell me." And I started smiling. She said, "But I can't believe the person I saw." I said, "Well, that's the Lord for you." She said, "But my old friend that we did youth service together, but we are no more." Oh, I said, "You don't know. She knew what you are going to become. She has seen your potential, your capability. At times, some battles will be established against you. But you may be thinking, "Oh, this battle, when I don't think this thing is where it's coming from." Until you are very, very deep in spiritual things. I think one of my sons came here. One woman has lived in America for 28 years. And the woman bought a land at Westland here. And she came, he said, "I don't understand what is going on in this environment. In America, we don't see all this nonsense." I was just looking at her. And when she finished, I said, "Madam, you are blowing grammar." I said, "Here we don't understand grammar in Africa." She said, I don't care. So, but So I said, okay. So my son who brought her said, listen to daddy. He said, no. This is nonsense. We need to go to the court. When we go to court, I'm going to charge them. She was doing all kinds of things. I said, okay. The Lord will help you. So I said, okay, will you hear me, madam? Or you want to go and do your own wish? If you want to go and do your own wish, so be it, go. She did not, she was still blowing. I said, go and do your own wish, so be it, go. I did not pray. I said, I did not. So what is my problem? I knew that you are going to hit the wall. Where I understood we had an adage from our forefathers that the river that overflow before you knew the river bank already. You can never be drawn. To my surprise, they came on Tuesday. To my surprise, they came back on Friday. And the woman was saying, yes, now I will listen to you. I said, you want to listen to me? I thought you are going to use American law against them. I said, these people are diabolic. People are diabolic. You speak the language they understand. Haven't you read you? Whatsoever you measure shall be measured back unto you. I don't know whether you are getting what I'm saying. Some people at times they need to pray. They need to spend full time to pray, to seek the face of the Lord, and also engage in fasting, do spiritual things. Just see them blowing grammar. That's why I told you sometimes ago, I said, not that I'm envious of any ministers of God or any church, but I can tell you precisely, and I will keep on telling you forever and ever. Even if you whip me out of bed, I will tell you that American gospel can never work in Africa. They are just wasting time. Because we are very, very deep here. Not that they are not deep in their own sense, they are only deep in their own rocket gun and all kinds of things. But here is spiritual. Highly spiritual. If the Jew, that they are the richest even in America, God can send them to Africa for 430 years to come and learn, then you must know that there is something here. Why are you struggling? Why all the rat races? Why is it that it looks as if somebody is blocking you? Why is it that when you get to some certain level in your life, it looks as if there is a wall they have constructed before you? But before, when you are young, you lay hands on something, everything works easily. You get to some certain age, 24, 25, 26, you start to see life in Africa. Those DNA, spiritual DNA, will start to show themselves. Then you start to have maybe 17 years, 16 years, you might have not even had horrible dream. I can tell you precisely, up to my 20 years of age in life, I did not know what was called horrible dream. God is my living witness. I started having horrible dream when I became 24, 25. I started having, because I don't know what is called horrible dream, when I was 18 years, when I was 17 years, when I was 20 years, I don't know. So life, you must understand that there are some prayers you need to pray. And that prayer you pray tonight, God told Jeremiah through Moses and through Samuel, those who need to die, we give them to death. Those that we need to use sword for, we use sword for them. Somebody is not here to answer me now. Somebody is afraid now. Maybe he or she should just share the grace and go home, because maybe what pastor is showing them tonight is too higher than their level. And let's go back again before we start to pray. Hallelujah. Praise God. and for the sword to the sword, and such are for the famine to the famine, and such are for the captivity to the captivity. 4 things they showed Jeremiah. Then, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, said the Lord. The sword will slay, and the dog to tear, and the fowls of the heavens, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. God also appointed another 14 again, making 8 things that is going to do to the enemies. So if Jeremiah prayed, this is what I will do, those people that they will die, I will make dogs to come and tear them. Then some people, I'll send the fowls of the ears, they will come, and I will call upon some certain things to come and destroy them, and you will not see them again. Whatsoever they have been using to fight you, that thing will die tonight. If you have told your amen will be dynamic. If you have told your amen will be dynamic. If you have told your amen will be dynamic. Wherever they have taken your name to, and the man they hired against you, thunder strike the man. In the mighty name of Jesus. So we want to use that. Those who need to die must die. Those people that we really need to use the sword for, we use the sword for them. We are in the month of prayer. Are you ready to pray? Rise up like a soldier. I don't want to take your time, because some certain things really need to die. Some certain evil going on in our families really need to die, so that we shall not see those things again. Every evil in my family, die tonight in the name of Jesus. Open your mouth and pray. Talk to God. Talk to God. Talk to God. Talk to God. In Jesus' name we pray. May you please open your mouth and pray very well. As a sword of God, go and destroy those who are troubling my life. Now, open your mouth and pray. Yes. 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 Talk to God. Put effort. Put effort. In Jesus' name we are praying. Can you lift up your two hands and cry to God and say, "Oh Lord, bring me out of captivity now." Put effort. Open your mouth. Aha. That is it. That is it. That is it. Pray. 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 Talk to God. Yes. Talk to God. Talk to God. Pray more. Pray more. Yes. 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 That is it. That is it. That is it. Oh yes. Jesus' name we are praying. Evil sent to my life, go back to the sender now. Pray like a wounded lion. Aha. Yes. Talk to God. Oh yes. Oh yes. Pray. Pray. Talk to God. That is it. Pray more. Pray more. Oh yes. Oh yes. Mambrava Catalibra Seketalia. Yes. Candoro Sekelebro. Aha. In Jesus' name we are praying. They are set trap for 19 people here. Anyone that has set trap for my life, enter into your trap now. Open your mouth and pray. Open your mouth and pray. Open your mouth and pray. seketele. Imbraba kanda librobo seketele rabasata. Yes. 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 That is it. Kambobo sekete libra katuri mama. Talk to God. In Jesus' name we pray. Can you lift up your two precious hands and cry to God very well? Lift up your two precious hands. Oh Lord! Those who are planning for my death must die. Open your mouth and pray. Talk to God. Cry to God. Those who are planning for my death must die. Aha. Yes. Yes. Talk to God. Talk to God. Aha. Yes. Pray, 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 pray. 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 Oh yes. Jesus' name we pray. Enemies of my progress, die! Open your mouth and pray. Aha! Talk to God. Yes. Talk to God. Talk to God. Yes. Talk to God. Jesus' name we pray. We shall continue on Sunday. Lift up your two hands and pray. Spiritual weapon fired against me, I fired it back in the name of Jesus. Aha! You two fired it back. Fired it back. God bless you. Put all your effort, put all your strength, fired it back, fired it back. Aha, aha, spiritual weapon, fired against me, I fired it back. Aha, 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 aha. Yes. 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 Mambaba Sat talibra katoli bashatalia. Embraba kalibraba shutulia. Aha. 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 Yes. Yes. Fire it back. 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 In Jesus' name we pray. Take this one as a bonus. Every shape designed for my life, Holy Ghost fire, destroy it now. Begin to call fire, 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 fire. Aha. Yes. 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 That is it. That is it. That is it. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Pray. 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 Jesus' name. Now all the person next to you, all yourself, we want to encamp round everybody. We want fire to engulf round all of us. Yeah. All the person next to you. Now 1, 2, begin to call fire. Let's begin to call fire. Holy Ghost 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 fire. Aha. Yes. 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 Call it. Call it. Call it. Jesus' name we pray. I prophesy upon your Lord, as the Lord has spoken through Moses and Samuel to Jeremiah. So the Lord is speaking to you tonight. All those who are planning evil against you, they will go into captivity. All those who are planning for you to die, they will die. All those who have issued sword against you, that sword will go back to them. All those who are planning to put you to shame, the Lord put them to shame. I decree upon your life, it is well with you. I decree upon your life, you shall succeed mightily. I decree upon your life, in this month of August, those who are waiting for your downfall, they will go down. I prophesy upon your life, benefit and your blessings confiscated by the enemies, and the strong man is holding it. I command the strong man to die. As from tonight, I decree peace. Every hidden thing that you don't know, the Lord start to expose it. The Lord start to expose it. Where you do not need to go to, the Lord will tell you not to go there. The people that you did not need to move with, the Lord will expose them to you. And I prophesy, between now and the end of this year, that greatness you are looking for, the Lord give it to you.